Welcome back, dear friends, to another session of our Bible story series. I'm so grateful for your presence and continued support. It means the world to have you here, sharing in these timeless stories. We look forward to seeing you again and again as we continue this journey together.
Without wasting our time, let's get straight to today's story. Hopefully, we enjoy and learn from it. Have you ever felt lost, like everything was falling apart? Imagine losing your husband and then both of your sons in a foreign land. This is where our story begins, with a woman named Naomi. Heartbroken and alone in the land of Moab.
She had come there with her family to escape a famine in Israel, but now she was left with only her two daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth.
Feeling her life in Moab was over, Naomi decided to return to her homeland Bethlehem. She urged her daughters-in-law to go back to their own mother's homes, to find new husbands and new lives.
After many tears, Orpah said goodbye, but Ruth clung to Naomi, speaking some of the most famous words of loyalty ever recorded. "Do not urge me to leave you or to turn back from you.
Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God." So the two women, one old and bitter, the other young and hopeful, journeyed together to Bethlehem.
They arrived at the beginning of the barley harvest, with nothing to their names.
To survive, Ruth told Naomi she would go to the fields and clean gather the leftover grain that the harvesters missed, a provision made for the poor. By what seemed like a stroke of luck, Ruth found herself in the field of a wealthy and respected man named Boaz.
As it turns out, Boaz was a relative of Naomi's late husband.
He noticed this hard-working foreign woman in his field and asked about her.
His workers told him who she was and spoke of her incredible loyalty to Naomi. Boaz was deeply impressed. He approached Ruth and spoke to her with incredible kindness. He told her to stay in his fields where she would be safe.
He instructed his men not to bother her and even to pull out extra stalks of barley from their bundles and leave them for her to gather. That evening, Ruth returned to Naomi with an astonishing amount of grain, far more than anyone could expect from a day of gleaning. When Naomi heard that Ruth had been in Boaz's field, a spark of hope ignited in her heart for the first time in years.
She recognized God's hand at work. She told Ruth that Boaz was one of their family as kinsmen, redeemers, a relative who had the right
and responsibility to rescue a family in need, often by marrying a widow to continue the family line. Naomi devised a bold plan, based on an ancient custom. She instructed Ruth to go to the threshing floor at night, after Boaz had finished celebrating the harvest.
"When he lies down," Naomi said, "go and uncover his feet and lie down.
He will tell you what to do." This was a symbolic, humble act of asking for his protection and redemption. With great courage, Ruth did exactly as Naomi instructed. In the middle of the night, Boaz awoke with a start to find a woman at his feet. "Who are you?" he asked.
"I am your servant Ruth," she replied. "Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are a kinsman redeemer."
Boaz was moved by her character and integrity.
He praised her loyalty, not just to Naomi, but to her new family and her new faith. He understood the great trust she was placing in him.
He promised to take care of the matter, but he explained there was one other relative who had a closer claim than he did.
The very next day, Boaz went to the town gate, the place where business and legal matters were settled.
He publicly addressed the other relative, presenting him with the opportunity to redeem Naomi's land and marry Ruth. The relative agreed to buy the land but refused to marry Ruth, fearing it would complicate his own inheritance. So, Boaz, before all the elders and the people, joyfully declared his intention to redeem the land and to take Ruth as his wife. Boaz and Ruth were married, and their union brought immense joy, completely transforming Naomi's bitterness into blessings. Soon, they had a son named Obed. The women of Bethlehem celebrated with Naomi, saying, "Praise be to the Lord, who this day has not left you without a kinsman redeemer. May he become famous throughout Israel. He will renew your life and sustain you in your old age." But the story doesn't end there.
This small family in a humble town played a huge role in history.
Their son, Obed, became the father of Jesse, and Jesse became the father of David, Israel's greatest king.
And from the line of David, generations later, would come the Messiah.
The story of Ruth is a powerful reminder of how faith, loyalty, and kindness can change everything, and how God works through ordinary people to accomplish extraordinary things. Thanks for watching. Thank you for joining us for this story.
If you felt a connection, please consider liking the video, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and subscribing for more stories from my Bible story. We'll see you again soon.